First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh. Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Arakar, Kwadash, and double honors to the apostles of the great millstone, and salutations to the men of the Lord that continue to further the ministry of Yahushua, and as well as those that continue to heed thereunto. Now, I just want to do a brief response to this video here of this man. I don't know his name, but he calls himself the Ice Age Farmer, and he was once upon a time on YouTube. And YouTube basically canceled his channel, as well as you have nowadays, YouTube canceling channels because YouTube is down in league with those that are part of this group of men that have an agenda. And there's a certain narrative that's being pushed out there, and you have people out that's in the midst like him that may have a narrative that comes in conflict with the mainstream media's narrative. All right. Now, this individual, he touches on a lot of good information, man. And even dealing with this thing called Grand Solar Minimum, and showing you that as to why the crops are not growing the way they're supposed to grow, and why there's problems on the earth. Why there's, in some cases, or have cases nowadays, droughts and all of that stuff. So he touches on all of these different subject matters, and that's why they had to shut him down. But just responding back to the point that he made on the video on how, as the title says, no soul, no free will, the end of humanity. Because at the end of the day, these men that's at the very top of the world, whether you want to call them the elite, whether you want to call them the shadow government, at the end of the day, what they really want is they want total control of your life, to the point where they want to be gods. Here it is, they have all that hearts can wish for, and yet they're not satisfied. And that's really because, according to the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and we'll begin by reading verse 4, it reads, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith." So that's letting you know from the jump right there as to why these people are doing what they're doing, because the spirit that's in them is not upright in them. And this Bible really shows you in depth of the characters that we're dealing with on this earth. And I'm talking about your government. I'm talking about even those that control your government. These men don't have a justified spirit upon them, man. Their spirit is about doing anything that it takes to fulfill their needs or to fulfill their soul. And right now, what they want your soul. They want people's freedoms and rights taken away from them, to the point where they can control them, man. And that's just the thing about the evil and wicked among you Edomites, man. And this guy, I've watched what he was saying a little bit, and he said the reason why he speaks about all of this stuff that he talks about is due to the fact that he believes in humanity. And I mean, that's a given. I mean, Esau ain't going to believe in the Most High. They're going to believe in other things. So that's his motive as to why he's been pushing the information that he's been pushing. The sad reality is on the side of the Edomites is the fact that they got to deal with their own people and their evil and wicked ways. And this is why the system is falling apart, because you have wicked men that's in rulership that's so wicked that they're even affecting their own people. And this is really the point that I want to really get down to in reading Habakkuk 2 verse 5. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is as deaf and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. So let's just deal with this right here, and is as deaf and cannot be satisfied. So these devils, they cannot be satisfied. And that's why they want more power. They want your soul. And this is why they're creating a system, a new world system, which is going to be predicated on controlling your life inside and outside, to the point where they'll be able to control how much time, or measure how much time you get to stay up, how much time you get to sleep, and that you're going to have to pay taxes for breathing in there on some Al Gore shit. Okay? So this is the thing, man. And you know what too, as well, these Edomites, that are now rebellious against their government, they deserve to get what's given unto them by their own governments. Obviously they've supported their government all the way and through, even while we were catching hell under them, even while when we was letting them know, look, your government is corrupt. No one heard our voices. No one cared about us. So now the problems that we was dealing with as a people, y'all should have responded to the shit that was going on with Jake. But you Edomites just let it linger on, and now it's coming towards a town near you. All of this corruption is coming to a town near you, and now you're feeling it now. And at the same time, I have to be just in saying this. Obviously they're going to be supportive of everything that the government does, because this is all that they got. All that they got is their government. They don't have anything else. It's their government. It's their system. It's their rulership. So why not support your government? But right now, in this stage of the game, they've realized with the poison which is being promoted and having people to take. These Edomites are now realizing that, wait a minute, the same government that we supported no longer has our best interests at heart anymore. They're looking to take us out. And that's exactly what they're looking to do. They're looking to take you guys out. And as well as even our people too. They're looking to take them out as well. But this is a scary thing for Esau, the lower level peons, because they were taught to believe that their government wasn't so evil like this. The same government that they're now against is the same government that conditioned them to believe in God and to have manners and be romantic and just not being like a loose cannon, because the true nature of the so-called white man is that they're a bunch of wild people. So the same government has conditioned them to not be so inhumane. And this explains why an individual like this believes in humanity, like humanity is the end all be all. But they shove that down your throat so that you can chill and they can get down to their corruptive programs. That's what they've done. So I just want to read Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 5 again. It says, yea, also because he transgressed by wine. In other words, they push this idea that you can just be whatever you want, and putting women above the men, and saying that it's okay for a grown-ass man and a grown-ass woman to change who they really are. If you know what I'm saying, right? Which wine just simply means is a metaphor meaning knowledge. They transgress by the knowledge of God. As I've explained, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. And by the way, who enlargeth his desires hell, and is as deaf and cannot be satisfied. And he neither keepeth at home. And when you look at what's going on around the world, you have, U.S. military bases present all around the world, with about 750 bases approximately. And you have 173,000 soldiers worldwide. So this is a prime example of Habakkuk prophesying what Esau would be actually expressing in these last days, his personality and how they would operate. It's all in the Bible. So this is really talking about the nation of Edom. Okay. Which he's a part of that elk. Highly likely he's probably an Edomite. And he's realizing that he's been played. Okay. All of these Edomites are now realizing that they've been played. So that's just the thing. And that's why he believes in humanity. Because as I'm going to say again, this doctrine of believing in humanity was shoved down their throat so that they can keep their cool and that they don't resort to violence. Because the natural spirit of the so-called white man is to be wild. And their government knows this. So to just keep the peace so that we can run the world that we see fit in corruption, let's shove it down the throats of these people among our nation that you have to be humane. You have to be a decent citizen of the world, so to speak. And that's why you got so many Edomites that's just like this guy that supports this whole notion of humanity. Okay. But mainly what I want to get back into talking about is the elite, because that's really the point of this video that I'm doing. So this is 2 Timothy 2 verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that they shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. So we had the fall, and all of it is man to be revealed. And the falling away first came about during the time of Masada, during the time when the Romans pursued our nation and put an end to Jerusalem, to where we had to scatter abroad. Verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, all that is worshipped, so that he is as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is a God. And that's the level that these elitists want to be on. They want to be on a level to where they want to be your God. And as well as what the Most High does in the Bible, as it says in the book of Job 33 verse 14, I believe it is, on how the Most High sealeth your instructions in your sleep, the deep slumberings upon the bed. So that's the level they want to be on. They want to be able to control your mind. And as well as it says in the book of Proverbs, I believe it's 21 verse 4, where it says that the Most High's hand is in the heart of the kings. I'm roughly paraphrasing. The hands of the Lord is in the heart of the kings. So in other words, and as well as another precept that comes to my mind as well, can't forget this one, man's goings is of the Lord. So that's what these devils want to become. These Edomites at the very top, they want to be gods. They want to be able to control your mind on a whole different level, to the point where they can control your minds like how the Most High controls our mind to doing what we wanted, to doing what he wants us to do. This is what they want. And it goes all the way back to what Habakkuk said. Let's read this again. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desires hell, and is as deaf and cannot be satisfied. That's the reason why they're going all the way in with their freakish agendas, because they're not satisfied at all. Here it is, the elitists, they have all that hearts can wish. They have the people right underneath them, right where they want them mentally. And yet and still they want more. They want more power, to the point where they want to extract the little power, the freedoms and rights that you got as a man here on this earth. So that's showing you that, as well as what Habakkuk said originally, it goes back to this: behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. So Esau doesn't have a just spirit. His spirit is that of an abomination. And this is why abominable works are being done on the face of the earth, because you have unjust souls. So there you go. So that's all I want to bring out. So with that, I just want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahweh, Ba'al Shem Yahushua, Ba'al Shem Rakak Wadash. And with that, I'm out. Shalom.